I have a call on Friday at noon with an internal recruiter that a CRO put me in touch with. He's like, listen, this guy runs all the recruiting. We use externals occasionally. We got 2 openings. So I got to talk to this internal recruiter that is probably not as old as, well, I know he's not as old as this t-shirt is even. So how do you get an internal recruiter whose job typically is to say no?
Rich, here's what you need to do. And if I'm flipping around and I'm in your shoes, I'm going to find out. I'm going to do a little bit of work to see who do I know who knows that ding dong.
What Steve is saying here is number one, you got to know the person. So how do you get to know the person? It sounds like you call up a mutual acquaintance to endorse you, so you have a warm call instead of a cold call.
That's
he said.
That's exactly.
That's how everything is done now. I have every candidate do that when they interview. Look up the VP. Who do you know?
Yeah.
Who's mutual contact? Have that guy send an unsolicited call or text over to the guy.
A recruiter who came to Recruiter Therapy. She's in Puerto Rico. She saw a role. She'd done a lot of work in the insurance industry. Saw a role with NLS. They're based out of Missouri. There's an opening in Puerto Rico. She asked me, "Do I know somebody?" I go, "Oh." So I found out that I didn't know somebody, but what I did was I wrote a post about her, and she reshared and she reposted. Then I commented, tagging the head of TA.
Smart.
And 30 minutes later, he responded and included the actual recruiter working on the role. And then he and I are talking privately just for shits and giggles. So yes, it does work. It makes a difference.
Who does that? Because you guys are all nodding your heads now. I've never heard you say before that when you're dealing with a new company, when you're calling someone you don't know, you look for an intermediary and get an endorsement beforehand. I don't believe you guys would waste time doing that based on what I know about you from that person. Okay?
You go to LinkedIn, you say, who's mutually connected to this guy? And then if you know any of those people, you send a text and say, hey, do you know Joe Schmo?
Did you do it? When was the last time you did that? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Literally yesterday. I do it all the time. I tell candidates to do it all the time. Why would you not do it?